Hey Celtics fans, today's discussion dives deep into some intriguing developments surrounding the Boston Celtics roster and their financial challenges heading into the new season. The Celtics, known for their strong ambition to compete at the highest level, are facing a complicated situation due to the massive contracts already on their books. The team's salary commitments have pushed them hard against the luxury tax apron, which limits their flexibility to make moves without paying steep penalties. One player who finds himself at the heart of these considerations is none other than Jrue Holiday, a veteran guard whose presence has been invaluable in terms of leadership and playoff experience. Holiday's skill set is rare in today's NBA. He is a defensive specialist who can guard multiple positions, a quality that elevates any team he joins. Beyond his defensive acumen, Jrue provides steady ball handling and can operate efficiently as a complementary playmaker, which is crucial when playing alongside star players who demand the spotlight. His ability to seamlessly fit into different lineups makes him an asset on both ends of the floor. However, despite these strengths, his hefty contract, exceeding $34 million across the next 2 seasons, puts significant pressure on the Celtics' already strained payroll. At 35 years old, Jrue Holiday is no longer in his athletic prime. Injuries and the physical toll of the game have slowed him down compared to his younger years, but his veteran savvy and championship pedigree still carry weight in trade discussions. The Celtics find themselves in a tough spot where they have to balance the desire to remain competitive with the harsh financial realities. With key players aging and the luxury tax looming, moving some salary becomes an essential part of their strategy. Interestingly, one Eastern Conference rival has emerged as a potential destination for Holiday, a team with a mixture of promising young talent and financial flexibility. This team's willingness to explore trades that could reshape their roster has caught the attention of analysts following the Celtics situation closely. The Detroit Pistons, in particular, fit this profile well. They are a franchise with an eye on the future, featuring young stars like Cade Cunningham, who represent a core the team is eager to build around. If Detroit is serious about adding experienced veterans to support their promising core, Holiday would be a natural fit. His ability to play alongside young guards, such as Jaden Ivey, potentially creating a dynamic 3-guard lineup, could accelerate the Pistons' development. The Pistons are also in a position where most of their roster outside of Cunningham is flexible in trade talks, giving them options to make a deal happen. This roster flexibility, combined with the Celtics' salary issues, opens the door for a potential swap that could benefit both sides. One intriguing possibility in these trade conversations is an exchange involving Tobias Harris. Harris's contract is lighter in financial terms and shorter in duration compared to Holiday's, expiring after the upcoming season. Swapping Holiday for Harris could free up nearly $6 million in salary cap space for Boston, providing the team with more room to maneuver in free agency or to absorb other players' contracts. For Detroit, acquiring Holiday would add a proven veteran presence capable of mentoring their young roster and boosting their competitiveness immediately. If the Pistons prefer to keep Harris, there are other options on the table that could make a deal viable. Players like Isaiah Stewart, a promising young center, or Simone Fontecchio, a versatile forward, could be included as part of a multiplayer trade package. Additionally, guards like Marcus Sasser or forwards such as Bobby Klintman might be moved to balance the deal. The flexibility and willingness of Detroit to reshape their roster for the right veteran pieces make them a very plausible destination for Holiday. All of this comes amid a larger backdrop where the Celtics are juggling the challenges of an aging roster and key injuries. The absence of Jason Tatum, a critical offensive weapon, amplifies the need for players who can create and score from the wing, attributes Harris brings to the table. In contrast, while Holiday excels defensively and in managing the ball, he does not offer the same scoring punch or offensive versatility that the Celtics need to replace Tatum's impact. This ongoing roster shuffle highlights the complexities teams face when balancing championship aspirations with the financial realities of the NBA. The Celtics' situation exemplifies how veteran players, even those with proven track records, can become trade assets when the salary cap constraints tighten. It also illustrates the strategic moves teams must consider to remain competitive while managing their payrolls carefully. The coming weeks promise to be critical as trade discussions continue to unfold, and as teams across the league assess their rosters with an eye on building both for the present and the future. For Celtics fans, the potential departure of Jrue Holiday would mark a significant change, signaling a shift in how the team approaches the next chapter of its journey. As the Celtics navigate this complex web of roster management and salary cap constraints, it becomes clear that every move carries significant consequences, not only on the court, but also in the locker room and the long-term planning of the franchise. Jrue Holiday's potential trade is more than just a financial decision. It touches on the team's identity and its approach to competing in an increasingly demanding NBA landscape. His defensive prowess and veteran leadership have been integral to Boston's recent successes, and letting him go would mean a shift in how the Celtics construct their lineup and game plan moving forward. While Holiday's contract and age make him a likely candidate to be moved, it's worth noting that players of his caliber do not lose their value overnight. Even at 35, his ability to impact games, especially in high-stakes playoff situations, remains relevant. This is exactly why teams like Detroit, who are blending youth with the need for season guidance, see him as a prime target. His experience in pressure-filled moments and his capacity to bring a calming influence during critical stretches of a game are qualities that are often undervalued, but can be decisive in tight contests. Another layer to this potential trade is the salary cap implications beyond just the immediate dollars saved. By moving Holiday's larger contract, Boston would gain greater flexibility to pursue other roster improvements, either by signing free agents or making additional trades. The luxury tax apron is a significant hurdle, and creating breathing room could be vital for the Celtics as they aim to reload and remain contenders in the Eastern Conference. This financial maneuvering also has a ripple effect on team chemistry and player roles, as newcomers might bring different skill sets and personalities to the locker room. The possible involvement of players like Isaiah Stewart and Simone Fontecchio adds intrigue to this evolving situation. Stewart, a young center with plenty of upside, represents a building block for Detroit's future, while Fontecchio's versatility on the wing offers additional offensive options. Including these players in a trade package could give the Celtics some valuable assets or prospects to build around, helping to mitigate the loss of Holiday's contributions. It also illustrates how trades in today's NBA are rarely just about swapping one for one. They often involve balancing potential, salary, and fit across multiple players. For Boston, the urgency to adjust comes partly from the injury to Jason Tatum, whose absence leaves a void in scoring and wing production. Without Tatum, the Celtics need players who can create their own offense and stretch defenses, which is why Tobias Harris's profile might appeal more at this moment. Harris's ability to shoot from outside and score efficiently on the wing could help fill some of the gaps left by Tatum's injury. This necessity to adapt quickly highlights the fragile nature of NBA rosters and the constant need to pivot strategies based on health and performance. Meanwhile, Jrue Holiday's age and injury history remind teams that durability is a concern and that long-term investments in older players carry risk. The wear and tear of years playing intense minutes in the NBA playoffs tends to catch up, which is reflected in Holiday's declining athleticism. Still, his basketball IQ and experience offer a counterbalance to physical decline, providing a steadying presence on the floor. This duality makes him a complex asset, valuable, but also one that requires careful consideration regarding contract length and fit within a team's timeline. The Celtics front office is undoubtedly weighing all these factors, attempting to strike the best possible balance between maintaining competitiveness now and building for sustained success. The luxury tax penalties and hard salary cap restrictions make every dollar and contract count more than ever. Every trade must be analyzed not only through the lens of player talent, but also through financial strategy and roster construction. It's a delicate dance where one misstep can have lasting repercussions, but a savvy move can position a team for multiple seasons of contention. Detroit's position in all this is equally strategic. As a franchise in rebuilding mode, but with emerging stars, the Pistons have to find ways to accelerate their growth without sacrificing the core pieces that will define their future. Adding a veteran like Holiday could provide that boost, teaching their young players what it takes to compete at a higher level while adding quality minutes on both ends of the floor. This is a common path for young teams looking to bridge the gap between rebuilding and contending, blending youth with experience. On the Celtics side, the trade talks surrounding Holiday signal a potential shift in the team's style and priorities. Moving from a defense-first, veteran-laden lineup toward one that may emphasize more scoring and wing versatility could alter how the team performs on both ends. It would also place more pressure on younger stars and emerging players to step up and fill leadership roles. The Celtics have built a culture of competitiveness and resilience, and how they manage this transition will be critical for their continued success. As these rumors swirl and negotiations progress, fans and analysts alike are watching closely to see how Boston and Detroit navigate this pivotal moment. The NBA landscape is constantly evolving, and teams that adapt quickly and smartly to financial realities and roster needs often rise to the top. For the Celtics, the road ahead involves balancing tradition with innovation, veteran savvy with youthful energy, and financial constraints with championship ambitions. The next moves by Boston's front office will reveal a lot about their vision for the coming seasons. Whether they choose to hold on to Holiday's leadership or make a bold trade to free up cap space and bring in different talent, the implications will resonate across the league. Meanwhile, Detroit's willingness to engage in serious trade talks shows their hunger to evolve faster and compete sooner, using every asset available to build a contender. This ongoing chess match of trades, contracts, and player roles highlights the complexity of building a winning team in today's NBA. It's not just about talent on the court, but also about navigating the financial and strategic landscape with precision. For Celtics fans, the uncertainty around Drew Holiday's future adds an extra layer of drama to the offseason, as they hope the team can emerge stronger and ready to challenge for titles once again. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Whispers are growing louder in the NBA circles, and if there's any truth to the latest chatter, the Boston Celtics might be on the verge of pulling off a blockbuster. According to murmurs surfacing across various league sources, Damian Lillard could be bound for Boston. While nothing has been officially announced, the buzz around TD Garden is impossible to ignore. Could Dame time be ticking its way into the heart of Massachusetts? After years of speculation about Lillard leaving Portland, followed by a short stint in Milwaukee, it seems the All-Star guard could once again be on the move. And the Celtics, already a powerhouse in the Eastern Conference, might just be his next stop. The rumor mill is churning out scenarios in which Lillard would join forces with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, forming what would arguably be one of the most lethal trios in the league. Is there substance to this speculation? It's hard to say. The Celtics front office has remained tight-lipped, and no details of a trade package have leaked. But insiders note that Lillard's desire for a team with championship aspirations aligns perfectly with Boston's current roster. With Kristaps Porzingis providing front-court strength and Derek White continuing to evolve into a key contributor, adding Lillard's offensive firepower could be the missing piece in their championship puzzle. Still, one has to wonder what Boston would have to give up. Would they be willing to part with key rotation players or future assets to make room for Lillard's sizable contract? And would integrating such a ball-dominant player disrupt the chemistry that's already been carefully built? For now, it's just talk, but in the NBA, talk has a way of turning into action overnight. If the Celtics do pull the trigger, the entire league landscape could shift dramatically. Until then, fans in Boston and beyond will keep their eyes peeled and their ears open. Because if the rumors are true, Damian Lillard might soon be wearing green, and the Eastern Conference might never be the same again. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.